Hello, I'm Jomica, and welcome back to Jomicraft. This is episode 4. We're starting off inside this little base thing again, and this is what we did last episode, and I ended up running out of supplies. So we have a little bit more, but I'm going to let these kind of run through a little bit longer and get a few more supplies. I want to do another mining session to try and get some more stuff. I think I'm gonna go underground because I could use some more diamonds also. But first, what I want to do is head over this direction, and I think there's a village, not villager. I think there's a village this direction. I remember seeing it at one point, but I just want to make sure that we know where it is so we can start working on some farms. So I would like to get an iron farm, but in order to do that I need villagers, and to get villagers I think I'm going to try to transport them near the circle entrance base. I need a better name for it. But basically just near where we're building right now. So I think I'm probably going to have to transport them by boat, and then I will also need to find a place where I want to put this villager breeder. I don't have many supplies. Actually, there's the village. So I can't build like railways or anything like that. Not that I would for this kind of distance. But let's take a look around and see what kind of villagers we got here. I know we need a farmer for sure. That's like the important one that you need for villager breeder. And while we're over here, we might as well loot this place and see what kind of items I can pick up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then once I am done looking around this place, I'll show you what I found, and then kind of see what the plan is from there. So I'll be back in a minute. Lots of bread. So one thing I realized while I was over there is I need a way to feed the villagers and things for them to plant. So I'm going to go with potatoes. I'll do the same setup I think that I did on Barlina Land, and so it's not in the way. I think I'm gonna put it over in this direction, and we'll just kind of keep it out of the way. It'll be a temporary little farm here, and let's go ahead and do this. Actually, I should get some water first because I don't think that's going to stay very long without water. So I'll just grab this one, and I could probably use an infinite water source, but for now I'll just put it right here. Get these going again. And then I'll go ahead and plant the potatoes and let those start to grow while I figure out how I want this farm to be. And then after the farm, or after I get some more farming going, I'll probably do 2 more plots. Then we can go ahead and figure out how to get a villager over here, and I need to remember exactly what villagers I need. I think it's just a brown coat of any kind, but it may also be a farmer, but it's something I'm going to look up just to make sure. So I'm going to continue on this little project, and I'll join you guys back in a second. Alright, so I got those potatoes planted, and then I came back over here, and I got lucky enough to find a farmer villager, so I don't actually have to worry about what kind of villager I get. I know the farmer will definitely work. I'm 90% sure it could be any brown coat, but that could be for something else, I'm not sure. So yeah, we got him in here, we got the farmer. So let's go ahead and block him back up, maybe. Okay, well, I guess we'll just go back one more and block you in that way. Where is the sun? I guess we can try to make it back. I think we want to go towards the water that way and then to the right. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. Actually, let's do this. Not sure how this is actually going to work, but we'll give it a try. So we'll put this right there. And then we'll try to push you the other direction. Maybe I can hop in here and back up. No, we're just gonna get stuck in the block. So we will want to expand that out. Let's see. Block you in there. I don't really want the chicken. Alright, I'm gonna mess with this. I'm gonna get him on the boat. I'm gonna also sleep, and then I will bring you guys back once I get him on the boat and we actually are going somewhere. Alright, I finally got him in. I had to expand this area a little bit, and we are good to go. So let's, I guess it doesn't really matter, but we will fix that. Get rid of all these blocks because we don't need them anymore. And kind of a waste of smooth stone, but it's alright. So let's go ahead and get him out this direction. Hopefully run into no problems. But I think once we get into the water we should be fine, as long as I don't get lost. But I'm pretty sure it's just straight out and then to the right. And by straight out I mean to the water. So we'll come this way, and yeah, I see the build over here. Out of my way, let's not hit the sides. And just keep going, and I think I'm gonna build a little holding area just right up here. The only problem is, how do we get up onto land again? Actually, is that far enough away? I don't remember. So let's just go ahead and come out all the way this way. Alright, I'm going to finish transporting him where I want him. I'm going to look around a little bit, see if we can go around the corner and try to get a little bit closer to that tower, which you can't see right now. But I'll be back once we find a good spot for this guy. Alright, I got him in here. I decided that this is going to have to work. I think I'm going to break the boat and have him come this way towards that little tower, just so it's near the entrance, and kind of a long walk, but I think I could set up a path to push him along. And we'll put him somewhere like here, like right around here. So we'll have like something like this for him to kind of hang out in. So what I need to do now is go ahead and grab some more cobblestone if I have it, or actually I could just do a bunch of dirt because I have tons of that. So I'll go get the dirt. I will set up a little pathway for him. I'll sleep through the night, and then we'll get this guy headed to his semi-permanent final resting place where he can just make some more villagers. But after I do that, I'm gonna have to get a second villager to do the same thing. So I got a lot of work to do. I will be back in a second with an update. Alright, I finished our little pathway. It goes all the way up there. So what I'm gonna do now is hopefully break into here and then try to break the boat without hurting the villager. There we go, and I still hurt you, but did you? No, okay. And let's hope that I can push him, long process, all the way to where we want him to go. So I'm gonna fill these in. So hopefully he can jump out of the water. There we go. And then I will put blocks behind him after I get a little ways, just so he doesn't backtrack. So this is gonna take a bit, but I'll be back once I get him in the correct place. So I did have one thought. I can put him on to the boat, but the only thing I need to do is take this out. I don't need these. I was gonna say I need to make this too wide, but I don't need to. So I'm going to try and boat him to where I need him to go. So wish me luck with that. So after some rain and a little bit of sitting around waiting, deciding what I'm going to do for lunch, I just kind of sat at the end here, and he eventually followed me, and he is blocked into a 2-square area right in here. So the next thing I need to do is build up the outline of this place. I think I'm just going to kind of do a quick little cobblestone, maybe dirt thing, just for him to hang out in. This is where his farm will be. But I don't think it'll be the permanent location of it once I get this whole circle area finished. I may have the little farm area back where the villager is hanging out right now, but I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with that area yet, so I'm just gonna do a temporary thing and leave it, and then later I can make it look better and really decide what I want to do. Right now I'm just concerned about getting villagers, and that's it. So these are not growing at all. I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of AFK near here while I go get lunch and everything like that, so these can grow and we can continue our little villager breeding area. So I'll put a torch in here just so I can see which way I'm facing and can find blocks to bust out later. And yeah, I will be back in a little bit after I eat lunch. Alright, well, lunch turned into overnight. I had harvested the potatoes once or twice, and yeah. So let's head back, and we should build the villager his little home, and then we should also get another villager to join him. So I'm gonna head over to where we're gonna store our villagers and have the breeder, and then once I get there I will start to build it. I think I'm just gonna do it out of dirt because I got a bunch of dirt, and again it's just gonna be a temporary build. It will not be their permanent base. It may be the permanent location, But we can always, once we decide, we can just build a nicer place for him. So I think we'll start just in this corner, nothing crazy. I'll move a few away, actually do something like this. And then I'm gonna use my old design, not my design, but the design I used for Barlina Land. I'm gonna bring up that episode and just kind of go through it and follow along, and I will build that. But I do need to sleep again, so I'm gonna go sleep, and then I'll be back once this is built, and maybe the villager will be in there, maybe not, we'll see. So I'm gonna get through that, and I'll be back. Alright, I've opened up the villager place so he can get out and come into here. It's all blocked off so nothing can get in, and then once he gets in here I will need to use this piece of glass and block him in completely. I may use dirt for now because I don't have a silk touch pickaxe yet, but he is just taking his time. And then I also put in a door like down there. Maybe you could see it. There's a door there. But then I realized that villagers can open doors, and that would just kind of defeat the purpose of keeping the villagers trapped in here. So I'm going to need to remove that. So you are a little bit closer, and you are in. So we'll block you in. Actually, I will leave. Was that right? That was right. So there we go. We got our first villager in. He should maybe start to do some farming. I think eventually, once those grow, he'll pick them and fill up his inventory with potatoes. I hope that's the case. But the next step for me is to go back over and get another villager and try to get him inside with this guy, and then they can start to breed. In the Barlina Land one I have a pigman zombie in the middle to scare the baby villagers off. I may not do that right now just because I don't have the supplies to really do it, but I'll give it some thought. But we definitely won't do it in today's episode. We'll just leave it as is with the other villager I get. So I'm going to go get him, and then I'll put him in. We don't need to watch me go get him and everything. So I'll be back once I have the villager in here. So I've been pretty busy, and we got this all working. There are love hearts, they're farming. I got this guy in, which was pretty difficult. He was not cooperating at all, but I got him over here, and there is a baby down there, so it looks like they just run off on their own. I don't really have to worry about it. In the other design I did, I had water streams going all the way around, but this one is just open at the bottom. I do want to head down there and show you, but we got zombies kind of hanging around everywhere. So maybe I'll wait till the morning, and then I can go down inside and we can see how many villagers we got. And luckily this guy can't get down there and harass all my villagers. So yeah, I'll be back when it is morning and we can take a look down below. So it is now morning, and we got another baby villager up here. He's just farming away also. Hopefully he jumps off before he grows up, but I really have no idea how that's going to work out. I'm sure eventually, and it won't take long, but we'll have a few villagers that are kind of grown up there, and we'll have to get rid of them somehow. But here's like the holding area. Once we get a pigman zombie up top, then this will all be full of all the villagers we get, instead of just hopefully most of them. So what I'm going to do to finish off today's episode is I think I'm just going to go ahead and quickly add some more stuff to here. Actually, never mind. I don't have the supplies for it, so I'm going to have to do a mining session. Yeah, I'll give it some thought, see what I'm going to do, and then I'll bring you guys back for whatever that ends up being to finish off today's episode. Alright, I've decided to do a mining session in between episodes, just so you guys don't have to watch it, I feel like, because I've already watched enough of those. So what I'm going to do now is just collect the materials I do have, which I think is everything in my inventory right now. Okay, so we have 3 stacks of stone. I'm not sure how that worked out to be so even. Maybe just from cooking the stone. So what I'm going to do is turn those into stone brick, and then we will head over and just try to finish up this one over in this direction. If I could find it. Yeah, I think it's just that way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then this will just be a progress update once I get it in place, and we can take a look and see how it looks, see how far we got, and all of that. So I'm going to do this, and then we will be back very soon. Okay, so I am heading back over here to place some torches just to light it up, just so we know for later. And I guess while we're over here, we can go ahead and place in a few of these just to kind of finish it up. And I missed that one. And we'll just leave that there. Never mind, I can reach it. I didn't want to get stuck inside. So yeah, we got this one mostly done with the exception of the stairs. And then we went over here and did a little bit more. And then we ran out of stone blocks again, which is not a big deal. I just need to go mining, and maybe I'll do that with a silk touch pickaxe. So this is the other area. We got 3 of these little sections in, and there's 7 total for each little leg of the bridge / walkway. So I got a few more to go there. Not too many, at least for the walkways, and then I will eventually have to fill in all the way around in between the 2 circles, which is going to be quite the process. It shouldn't take too long. It's just we need a lot of stone. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's episode. Thank you for joining me, and if you liked today's episode, I'm not sure if I told you already, but be sure to like the episode, and if you like the episode and the series and want to see more, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any. And yeah, so thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.